show you guys the outfit because for my ethereal video, I really like to match vibes and I'm a fashionista. So let's get into our talk. Come. Hey, how you doing? Perfect. I'm Nexus, and this is my little rant about the Nexus ethereal scale. I am just so happy, so elated, so excited. This was so much fun to put together. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed creating it, and you guys did too. You guys ran up those numbers. You guys ran up those comments. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I think I might be tearing up. I'm not trying. Because I just felt so grateful that many of you guys felt seen. I felt so grateful that I did put a lot of hard work into it. It's not easy. A lot of times when you don't have that representation, it's hard to even find your people. I think that it's crazy that everything we do, we have to kind of type in after it. I literally looked through thousands of faces. Thousands, I'm not kidding, to find commonalities in our ethereal types. I was literally so doggone tired of trying to read ethereal essence because every essence kind of has like this definite kind of look. You're gonna look at dramatics, you're gonna know. You're gonna look at naturals, you're gonna know. You're gonna look at gummies, you're going to know. And of course, Pinterest have done things. Thank you, Pinterest. Shout out to Pinterest for putting things like that skin color wheel, because when you do want to see examples, you can click on that skin color and like you're gonna find people that look like you or those examples that you need to. Chef's kiss to the person that decided to do this. That being said, when you do go to look up something, the first thing that you're going to see is the standard, right? I would love to live in a world that when you search up something, you don't have to be specific and you're not going to be catered to one type of person. You're going to be able to see Asians, Indians, Latinas, and we're going to be able to see people from around the world. We're going to see people from Italy, Russia, China, and Philippines, the Hawaiians, the Polynesians. Okay, I'm getting too excited. But when I look up hairstyles, I want to see all of them because reading you guys' comment made me know that I'm on the right track, that we're doing something correct. So for my ethereals, I wanted to include everybody in there because there wasn't just one type, right? So here's what I think happens to ethereals. What you're going to notice though is that there are commonalities among races. There's going to be certain races that most commonly have a certain type of ethereal essence. I would love to do a video getting into that because when I looked on these thousands of faces, I did notice, okay, a lot of Asians have this essence. A lot of Afro people have this essence. A lot of Caucasian people have this essence. And that was their most common essence. Now that doesn't mean that they're not able to have other essences, right? But it's just the commonality of it. Ethereals are coined to have a dramatic like beauty, or often, if you guys watched my scale, oftentimes Caucasians have a lot of mystic essence as well. And that's because of the type of features that they have. So a lot of times when looking up ethereal essence, I would see these examples and then I would see, the others of different races that would filter through. But again, they would be dramatics of, that type of race. Where I said, not all ethereals are dramatic. And so I began researching. And the biggest one that stood out to me was Willow Smith, because I think that she is beautiful. But when you see her, I don't know if it's just me, but when I see her, I'm like, oh my God, girl, you look like a feline. You look like a lioness. You're so beautiful. And a lot of people, I even found this blog that had listed her as an ethereal essence, but even they said she doesn't have dramatic essence, but there's something about her. That really set me off. I said, people are being underrepresented. I need to go figure this out for the people. So that's what I did. But what I did find was super cool that I even saw on looking at normal essences is that actors, they'll get typecasted into the role of their essence or their body type. Let me tell you something. Gamines and flamboyant gamines especially, but gamines in general are often said to have a natural ethereal-like quality. They're always going to have a little bit of that essence just because of how they are made. their type of features, right? So what you notice is in the show Wednesday, you'll see that the new season, the main characters, all three of them, boom, boom, boom. I put them up on the screen. All three of them are gamines. Did my girlies notice that? They're all gamines. Now, I think that Wednesday, I think she's like a more flamboyant gamine. Don't get me wrong. If you guys don't agree, put it in the comments. I didn't research. This is just my rant video. But I think Wednesday is like a flamboyant gamine. I think that Enid is a flamboyant gamine. Okay, but then the other girl as well, the new girl, she is a gamine. I think, I haven't really seen her body, but I think that she might be a soft gamine because her face is really round, her eyes are really round. So I do think that she's a soft gamine. I don't know. So people of essences will get typecasted into their essence. Dramatics will play a role, naturals will play a role, gamines will play a role. All different types of essences will usually get typecasted. So I think that's super cool. And that's specifically why when I saw that Haley Bailey, she was a mermaid, she was Ariel, I wasn't surprised because she really looks like a mermaid. She was giving the element of water. I know that when the casting directors saw her, they were like, oh my god, she looks so ethereal. She looks like an otherworldly creature. Yeah, and I think that's so crazy. Okay, little side rant. So did you guys see on TikTok how like redheads are cousins to Afro people? I'm not gonna lie, I think they're kind of right. Because the way that redheads are discriminated against, y'all know, and the redheads especially know that they're very discriminated against within their own community, right? Tell me why. I do think that there's some lineage. I don't know the ancestry, but let me tell you that when I was working at Volcano Bay here in Orlando as a lifeguard, you see people from all over the world. There is so many Afro gingers, and they could be any color. They're light skin, dark skin, you know, color doesn't matter. They'll have the red hair and the light skin and the freckles. I literally do think somewhere along those lines that there's some racial connection. I don't know. And let me tell you, when I was an exotic dancer, sometimes I still am, but I'm on and off. When a redhead came in, I knew I was making money because they love black women, let me tell you. And I love them. We always had a natural connection. Like, eventually it just became we saw each other, hey! That's how it would be because the connection is so real. And like, how do you not have that type of connection without some type of... Anyways. But let me also tell you this. When Caucasians have feline essence is very, very close to having natural essence. If I weren't to scale it on an ethereal scale, if I were to scale it on, you know, the regular essences, I would say feline essence highly aligns to natural essence. What I noticed about natural essence on Caucasians is they often have this Viking type of look, like that essence. I'm gonna put pictures. They remind me of the Viking. But when you see what kind of women are typecasted in Viking shows and movies and stuff, oftentimes they'll have natural essence. And what I noticed, a deep, very high natural essence will often give feline essence. So you see the underworkings, and I say this because feline essence is very, very common among black women or Afro people. It's their common ethereal essence trait, right? And what is funny is, I'm just making connections here, right? Is that there's eras, etapas, whatever you want to say, the 2000s, very yang-like features. And oftentimes yang-like features do often in our society align with Eurocentric features, yes. And as the Instagram era came along, the Instagram era was more aligned to Afrocentric features. Now, I don't think Afro women were the forefront due to our system of things and how our world works. But, for example, as we can see, as the Kardashians, for example, a lot of people have said, claimed, or stated that they have like clamped on to Afro features, Afro men, Afro style. What I'm trying to say in the connection is that when the Instagram baddie era came out and the Instagram type of face, did you not notice that this is the era that, you know, the bigger lips, of course, the BBLs, of course, right, which is more towards Afrocentric features. What also became very popular was the cat eye, was the almond eye, aligning again with more Afrocentric features. Again, now Black women weren't really the forefront due to the system of things and the world that we live in, but their features were acclimated to, right? So I think it's funny that those cat-like features and those kind of surgeries came popular among this time. Now that we're leading out of the Instagram era and we are heading back to a more 2000s type of beauty standard, I actually think that we might now see a mix. And I do believe that the next beauty standard era will be more of something in between. We're gonna be leaning towards slim figures, but we're gonna want curvier. So that slim thick is gonna be very popular. Ethereal beauty. All right, so what else can I tell you guys? What else? We're like chismoseando. Estamos como chismoseando, ¿sí o no? Chisme, bochinche. All right, sometimes I get too excited. I really don't even need this coffee. Yeah, that's how I came up with the system, though, is realizing that people needed to be represented, and there wasn't just one type. And I think that's why Ethereals were so hard to describe, because a lot of times it was a vibe. You can look at them and be like, oh my God, but you couldn't pinpoint it. And a lot of times in media, because we see certain features in certain people, we said, oh, it's this. When in reality, it was a whole bunch more. Anyways, and I just want to go over, perhaps now I want to go over each type. So we're starting off with the first one, excuse me, Oceanic. Oh, by the way, Haley Bailey, she's not just Oceanic. If you look at her for real, I think that she is Oceanic with a little bit of Feline. But, yeah. All right, so getting past that. Oceanic beauty, oh my God, they're so beautiful. I've seen like a lot of women online have that. I saw this one girl from TikTok, they were calling her that fish from Shark Tale. You know, the fish that Angelina Jolie plays? They were saying she looks like her. I was like, oh my God. Y'all not lying. And she owns it. She even did a little photo shoot. So that was cool. Talking about her Oceanics, I didn't name a lot of guys, but I think that XXXTentacion, you know him? I think that he had a slight Oceanic beauty. You know, he's very mystical. You know, he in his world, y'all know, I don't really know too much about him. But I know he has this ethereal essence to him. He's very spiritual, like. And I think that was a surprise to the community, especially because he's a rapper. Y'all know. But I think he has slight Oceanic. I actually think, like, sometimes your essence can kind of be on the inside as well, that your inside manifests as physical, and maybe sometimes the physical manifests as, you know, inside sometimes. But I think he had slight, you don't really see it on him, but let me tell you, his sun, sometimes, like, the essences are a lot of times passed down, yeah. And his sun, so oceanic and so ethereal looking. And his son looks a lot like him. So that's really cool to see. That's really cool. And then our ethers. I love our ethers down. I thought it was so cool that I was able to notice that the widest part of their face was their eyes. Oh my God, what such a beautiful feature. They just have this I'm above you type of look. Oh my God. They're so freaking beautiful. So beautiful. Their eyes are so captivating. Because have you seen, what's his name? Alton Mason? Beautiful man. Ethereal up and down. Ethereal beauty up and down. Someone said he should get right next to Alandra. And that is so true. Alandra has such, look at her face. I don't know what category she fits in right now, because I think that her ethereal beauty is so high that I think that she fits in multiple categories of ethereal beauty. And I don't even know what other essence she would fit in. I think she's almost 90% ethereal, and I think that she has ether, a little bit of feline, and I don't know. But all right. Now, what I really want to explore is more Asians. I want more Asian representation, because let me tell you, it's hard to find a lot of representation for you guys. But let me tell you, the K-pop, the Koreans especially, they're putting in a lot of work, and a lot of Koreans are up on the forefront when it comes to the fashion industry. Some of the top models, let me tell you, and as well as their movie media. They are not playing. They are kicking butt. Have you guys seen Crazy Rich Asians? That movie, ate down. And then let me tell you, that other movie, Everywhere, Everything, All the Time, I love that movie. Hands down, is one of my top favorites. I will rewatch. Anyways, so same director, I think so. Eight down. And that reminds me, that was the same director for Wicked. If you saw Crazy Rich Asians and saw that wedding, and then you saw the like wedding or ceremony part in Wicked, you guys will notice some uncanny similarities because it was the same director. So I think he had almost like the same vision for that ceremony. So beautiful. I love that wedding. Okay, anyways, what I said about the felines is so true. Yes, cat-like features. Angelina Jolie. I definitely think she has a lot of natural essence. I have to look at her essence chart. But I think she has a lot of natural essence. But she has something about her. It's that ethereal. She got something about her. And I do think that she aligns with Feline. That's why I put her in there. That nose bridge, straight giveaway. Oh, but you can see she kind of is typecasted. Look at her typecast. She's mostly casted as like spy characters. Like it's kind of characters that just seem to do the impossible, that go above what we think the average human can do, the average person can do. She was in Maleficent. She was in a whole bunch of spy movies, Tomb Raider, and also that movie with Johnny Depp as the spy. And then also that other movie where she slings the gun. Yeah. Oh, and you can see like ethereal essence never goes away. You'll have it for your whole life. And sometimes, what I love is that most people with ethereal essence, they look better as they age. I don't know if you guys know, but a lot of people say, you know, the women look better when they're 18 to 22. Guys, I don't know if you guys seen, maybe especially in this day and age, even without the surgeries, that women, when they hit their 30s, they look so much better than they did in their 20s. But I think that's a whole brainwashing thing anyways, because the real reason why y'all like young women is because in the spectrum of adulthood, right, there's like timelines, there's different parts in life, right? When you're a child, you're an adult at 18. That's the child framework. 18 is adult in the child world. But when you get to the adult world, 18, 20, you are a child in the adult world, and it's like your prey. They prey on that, and they just the system of things. Y'all know, Lord, y'all know who I am, so I had to say it. Anyways, there's a lot of women in their 30s that look even better than they did in their 20s. Youth is nothing but a mental state. Youth is nothing but a mental state. Let me tell you, as an exotic dancer, I meet people all the time. Now, I do have a bit of ingenue. I am a flamboyant gamine. I do. You guys tell me, because if I self-claim it, y'all gonna disagree. But I do think I have a little bit of ethereal essence. If you guys watched the video, let me know. Apart from what I'm wearing, because I know it plays a part. Apart from what I'm wearing, do you guys see a bit? I had my essence read on Facebook because there's groups that do readings, and a lot of them said gamine, and a lot of people did say ethereal, and they did give me one more. I think they said ethereal, gamine. Some said dramatic. But yeah, I have to read my essence and tell you. I'm gonna tell you on the screen what a lot of people gave me. But a lot of people think I'm younger than I am. So if you guys don't know me, I am 27 years old. I'm a 1998 baby. I am born in July, and that's all I'm gonna tell you, because y'all stuck. Okay, but I'm a July baby. I'm a Leo, and a lot of people do think I'm younger than what I am. So, but they'll see my mannerisms and they see the way I talk, the way I think, and they think I'm older. So even at a young age, they actually, once they talk to me, they're like, yeah, she's not naive. She's not talking like a child. She's got some knowledge to her. So that'll kind of give away my age. But when they see me face to face, sometimes it's annoying. I'm gonna start telling people I'm 30. No. And even work. If you guys don't know, I am a construction worker. I'm a glazer, which means I work in windows. Specifically, I make frames, I put in windows, I deinstall, reinstall, put it in. I be on skyscraper buildings, yes. In my job, a lot of people thought I was super young. They were like, this fresh 18 to 20, and I'm like, I'm on my upper 20s, y'all. Anyways, enough about me. Let's stop playing. Okay, let's keep going down the line, because I was about to skip. So then next, my avians. Oh my God. My suegra, my mother-in-law, she is an avian. So she is a gamine as well. I think that she's a soft gamine. She is so beautiful, that woman. I remember one day, like, I do my makeup a certain way. And one day I was able to do her makeup, and I was able to do her makeup the same way. And I didn't realize that we had a similar face shape, you know, or similar features or similar essence until this. Because I had actually did her sister's makeup. And her sister, she more has like a round oval shaped face, more yang features though. And I was trying to do her makeup similar to the placements, because I know her face is not the same, but similar to the placements that I do my makeup, and it just wasn't working. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, because they know I'm kind of good at makeup. I was like, I'm so sorry, but this is the first time I'm doing, you know, makeup on your face shape, and it's just not hitting the way that I want it to. I need time to learn to really get it, but, you know. And she's like, oh no, it's okay. But then I really sat down and I really thought, like, I mean, it was obvious that it's gonna be different, but I started comparing, like, oh, that makeup works on me because I learned how to do makeup on a flamboyant gamine face. I learned how to do makeup on a gamine face. That being said, my makeup girlies, I think I'm gonna do a video on this. Not only do you need to find, you know, like someone with similar skin color or features, but you need to, more than that, you need to find someone that has your essence. And how they do their makeup is how you should do your makeup. I know she has a gamine face. She is up, drop dead, gorgeous. I'll put her here. A lot of her makeup tips I apply to me. And it worked very well because we have flamboyant gamine faces. That being said, I do think that she has a little bit of feline, you know? That girl's beautiful. Chef's kiss. And if she ever sees this, thank you for teaching me how to do my makeup. All right. But yeah, find someone with your face shape, your face type. And that's what I think is so cool and important about learning about essences and your body type, because what you're going to start seeing is similarities between you and people. You guys are going to be able to start seeing that you guys do look similar. It's not about your race, it's not about this, it's not about that. You guys look similar. That being said, my mother-in-law, she does have Avian beauty, and I do really think that she looks like this person. And when I had shown this picture to some mutuals that we know, I was like, does she look like anyone you know? Everyone was like, no. And I think that they wanted me to say me because we're both Afro. And so a lot of them was like, oh, I don't know, Nia, you? And I was like, no, we don't have, no, we're not, we don't look the same at all. And they were like, oh, well, I didn't think so, but, you know, maybe I thought. And I was like, no, it looks like this person. And then they would be like, actually, I do see it a little bit. I do see it. So what I found is interesting is that a lot of people look at similarities when it comes to race or, you know, things that are really, really first layer. That's first layer. That's first layer. But past the first layer, people will look the same. So I'm gonna insert a clip. Okay, so isn't that funny about Harry Styles though? Harry Styles and Bow Wow. Y'all can't tell me they don't got the same essence, the same face. And I think that is so cool. I would love to do a video looking at people across different cultures, different ethnicities, different races, different nationalities, and really look to see how they're similar, because we're not as different as you think that we are. So what I noticed is that I found a lot of people that had avian beauty that I noticed were giving me Burton vibes, like Tim Burton. You know, his characters and the people that he picks, the way he draws his people, or his animator, I don't know, definitely has an ethereal style to them, but they specifically have an avian and ether type of beauty to them. So I think that there was something that came out that said that he didn't lean towards Afro people or depicting Afro people because he didn't think that they fit into his world or his idea of how the people were looking. And due to this ethereal essence scale, I beg to differ. Okay, I wonder if he would say the same thing now, seeing something like this. Would he start to choose avian-like beauty? Because let me put some pictures. Okay, you see how they all had avian beauty, how they all had the same features? I wonder if he'd be able to put these Afro people into his depictions, into his stories. Would he still agree? Because sometimes I think that we misconstrued what people mean. And yes, you know, due to our representation, sometimes it could seem like, oh no, it's this specific ethnicity, or it's this specific race. When in reality, maybe we were thinking about the features all along and it had nothing to do with skin color. Maybe. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. What do you guys think? Anyways, shout out to my avians. Past avians, mystics. Now, this is the mystics that you'll commonly see. What I noticed is that this is very common among Caucasians and like Eastern people, Middle Eastern people. The ethnicity of those people, I don't know the name of it right now. For my lack of knowledge, excuse me, let me put it here. Yes. That ethnicity of people, I think they have high mystic energy. I think they're so beautiful. Oh my God! Y'all know from Vis-a-Vis, Casa de Papel, Sarai. I'm gonna put her picture. I love her character. Down. She was, what was her name in Casa de Papel? What is that called in English? I lose my train of thought. I put the name in. That show, she, what was her name? Nairobi. Oh my God. She's such an ethereal beauty. She is a beautiful. She definitely has mystic beauty. I think she has a little bit of avian as well. Beautiful. And her name was Sarai in Vis-a-Vis. Which, if you guys don't know what Vis-a-Vis is, it's a show very similar to Orange is the New Black. If you guys enjoyed Orange is the New Black, watch that show. It is on Netflix. Now, you're gonna see some uncanny similarities in the beginning, but I do think Vis-a-Vis was a better produced because they didn't try to keep it going. You know how sometimes things just lose its plot, it loses its essence because they just keep doing too much? That's why I think Orange is the New Black win. But Vis-a-Vis plays on the concept but sticks to the plan, sticks to the script. And it's well written and it has a good ending. It does. Zulema, she ate down. Do y'all know that show? Please, if someone knows that show. If someone knows that show. Yeah, tell me. We'll have a watch party. We'll have a sleepover. Okay, I like rewatching shows. Okay, so yeah. Mystics, beautiful. You know, our mystics, you see them as elves in Lord of the Rings and stuff like that. We have a very classic. Now, when reading her essence, I remember the man himself, Kitchener, he was like, she actually doesn't have very high ethereal beauty essence. And she doesn't. But she has a bit of mystic. And here's the thing about essences. You can play up or down an essence. You can be Gamine, but you can hide your Gamine essence. You can be an ethereal beauty, but you can hide it. Or you can have like little to no ethereal beauty, maybe 10% or less, and you can amp up your ethereal beauty. I would love to do a video like, you know, how to increase your ethereal beauty, but just to name it off the top of my head, low contrast, right? If you have low contrast hair, it's gonna give you a more ethereal type of look. You know, long prendas, long gowns, long things, monochrome, because it adds to the length, okay? It's giving long and flowing, right? That's gonna add to ethereal beauty. About my my Oceanic beauties, if you do your makeup to look like you have more space between your eyes, yeah. If you play up your cat eyes, yeah. Oh, if you bleach your eyebrows. All right. I'm giving too much away. I'm giving too much away. Y'all have to watch the video, or let me know in the comments if you guys want to see how to increase your ethereal beauty, because anybody can increase their ethereal beauty by applying certain concepts, right? It's so cool. All right. So after our mystics, we have our Epheronics. It's hard for me to say that word. Now let me tell you about the word Epheronic. I found that word. It's a Greek word, and it means boundless, limitless. And I think that name perfectly describes them. I love them. It is that contrast. That is truly the one where you can see them and you say, oh, I can't put my finger on it. And that's why their essence is not about the physical. It's more about your mind concept, because they're breaking your mind concept. That's what makes them so ethereal. Bretman Rock, I definitely think he has high ethereal essence just because of how beautiful he is. I think he can pull women and men. And that's all I need to say. And then as well, there are beautiful women that have masculine features that are drop dead gorgeous. Who am I thinking of? She's not Avril Lavigne, but she's, I'm gonna put her name. Delvey, what's her name? I don't know. But she has a little bit of like those masculine features, especially like it's due to the eyebrows sometimes in a lot of women. And she's drop dead gorgeous. Y'all know her, she's in a lot of stuff. Y'all seen her, she's been modeling, she's been on commercials. She's a beautiful girl. And the ones that I love down, especially because y'all know what I think about the ageism, is the older women, especially the ones with the long white hair, because they, and they have their youthful essence. Having that youthful essence and ingenue in itself, they're so beautiful and they look so ethereal because they're breaking your mind concept that, you know, you have to be old and like this and like this and like this. They're young, they're so young. Love them. And on the opposite end, you will see older looking young people. And that's funny because it reminds me, I used to do modeling. And when I did modeling, there's this girl. I can add her because she likes to be a public figure, so I'll put her here. Okay, you see her face? It's a very mature looking face. I used to model with her when we were about 20 years old. When I was 20, people were thinking I was like 15, 16. But meanwhile, we were 20, like 19, 20, and people were thinking she was 25. And that's not a bad thing. Like I said, I don't believe in the ageism. But she had this maturity about her face, and I had this ingenue about my face, you know? So I would always like look at her and be like, wow, we're the same age, but we look so different. She was always very youthful looking, but she had an ageless feel to her. She's someone that I would say has that ageless feel. Because now we are both 27, and I don't think she changed much. So I do think like maybe now her face and her age match a little bit more. But you know, she's someone that always had that very mature look to her, you know. So that's cool. And she's dropped down gorgeous. Mwah. Kisses to her. And then past our Epheronics, we have Neoform. Oh, Neoform is very hard to come by. It is very hard to come by, but I think that the commonality is very slim to none. Like most people have some type, like we're not all parallel, we're not all symmetric. But Neoform people have this just sleekness, this beauty, wow. This man, beautiful. This man and his father. His father has less Neoform, but he still has that Ethereal, I think so. But they're both so beautiful. Don't you agree? And this guy here, he looks like a painting. How beautiful he is. They're the type of beauty that you're gonna see them, and you just can't help but look at how beautiful they are. There's something so captivating about them. And so, because this guy has, warm tones, his undertones, he looks very bright, sunny. He kind of looks like he'd be very welcoming and inviting. So sometimes your undertones can have, some play in how you're perceived. Yeah, Neoforms, if they do have maybe green undertones or pale skin or not as, warm undertones, but olive undertones, whether they're black, white, whatever ethnicity, if they have olive undertones, they're more likely to be perceived as kind of like more cold, more distant. Whereas warmer undertones, maybe they just look more like interesting characters. Like, wow, it looks like their personality might be fire, they might be funny, but like, they don't look real, even still. But yeah, they're just so beautiful. You just look at them and you're like, wow. All right, and that was like my rant on all of them, and that was my rant about everything. I hope you guys enjoyed to listen to this as much as I love talking about it. I'm passionate about what I do. So that being said, let me tell you really quick. My goal with my channel is to represent people that don't feel represented. I want to represent everybody, men, women, everybody. But because I'm a woman and I like the style, fashion, and things, I'm going to lean a little bit heavier towards catering to my women. But I do want to see that representation, and I do want to spread knowledge about personalities. So I hope to deep dive in things like Enneagram, personality types, the big five, MBTI, and love to analyze and look at that, because these are systems and things that I have learned, that I have used to analyze people, to see where they're coming from, to better understand them, to predict them. And this has helped me in not only my personal relationships, but as well in the exotic dancer industry. I was able to read somebody in a heartbeat. And you know what that allowed me to do? Capitalize, move how I wanted, use it to my advantage. It was like knowledge privilege. Y'all talk about pretty privilege, but I'm here to put y'all on to knowledge privilege, okay? It helped me in my life. It can help you in your work life. It can help you in your personal life. It can help you make more money. It can help you if you're in sales. It can help you read people. It can help you read yourself and get to know yourself. It's amazing. It's amazing, these systems, and I hope to spread that knowledge to you guys. So I do things like traveling, analyzation of cultures. I want to deep dive into different aesthetics, different essences, different types of ways to dress. And with the aesthetics, it would be great to tie it into cultures, because with different aesthetics do tie into different certain cultures. I would love to take a look at those cultures, tell you about the slang that they use, tell you about the culture that they have, the food that they eat, the clothes that they wear. I would chef's kiss. I know how much value I'm putting out for you guys, and this is such a passion for me. I can't wait to give you guys what's in my head, the value that I have. I can't wait to connect systems. I can't wait to tell you guys about the things that I learned exotic dancing. I can't wait to tell you about the things that I learned when I was a preschool teacher. I can't wait to tell you the things that I learned when I was a construction worker, being a woman in the field. I can't wait to tell you about the things that I learned when traveling. I cannot wait to tell you about the things that I learned when I worked in sales. I cannot wait to tell you about the things that I learned. I want to spread my knowledge to you guys. I would love to hear you guys' stories. That's what I dream for, this community. So if you like that, if you want to know about it, if you want to level up your life with just not pretty privilege, if you want to level up your life with knowledge privilege, subscribe. I'm here to level you guys up, make you guys better, and use this knowledge to cultivate yourself in the life that you want to live. With that being said, like, subscribe, share. Hey y'all, I'm Nexus, and I'm here to put y'all on game. Au revoir. Arrivederci. Ciao. Till next time, guys. Best.